This is the surging movement March and March. It has rapidly scaled across South Africa, fueled by demands for government accountability and stricter immigration enforcement. When a movement gains this kind of momentum, the standard political playbook suggests a specific next step, transforming the founder into a charismatic icon. Usually, this involves centering the movement's visual identity around that leader, using their face to anchor every poster and piece of merchandise. Jacinta Ngobese Zuma, the founder of March and March, currently occupies this central position at the absolute peak of the organization's influence. Despite this, she issued an unexpected directive: a total ban on her image appearing on any supporter t-shirts or promotional materials. This move creates a strategic void in an environment where political survival depends on personal stardom. The question is, why would a leader intentionally erase their own brand from the campaign they built? Ngobese Zuma is treating the typical personality cult as a structural vulnerability. If a movement's identity is tied to one person, it risks collapsing the moment that person is compromised or steps away. This isn't an act of modesty, it's a calculation. By refusing to become the face of the movement, she is attempting to institutionalize its power so that the organization's survival no longer depends on her personal presence. March and March has moved its operations from the streets to these corridors, the union buildings in Pretoria, shifting from protest to high-level political negotiation. This shift led to direct engagements with President Cyril Ramaphosa and the MK Party. But as the movement gained this access, it simultaneously triggered an internal crisis. Civic activist Nkosi Ndaba led a public backlash, questioning the true motives behind these meetings. The grassroots fear is that through these negotiations, March and March is drifting toward a formal political alignment, becoming the very type of party they initially sought to challenge. This is the core tension of civic activism. You need to get close to the machine to change policy, but stay far enough away to keep the public's trust. Movements that fail to maintain this distance typically either lose their influence or are absorbed by the parties they once criticized. Ngobese Zuma is using a two-pronged strategy to protect the movement's independence while it engages with the government. First, by suppressing her own image on merchandise, she forces the public to focus entirely on the core message. If there is no leader to worship, the focus must remain on the mission of government accountability. This creates an organization designed to operate with or without her, prioritizing institutional continuity over individual leadership. The second prong is her definition of engagement. She describes these meetings as independent lobbying, the way to connect with political parties without merging into them. In her view, talking to an elected official is simply the mechanical requirement for influencing policy. It is an interaction with the office, not an endorsement of the politician. Together, these tactics create a firewall, allowing the movement to interact with the political system without being consumed by it. This strategy fits into South Africa's long history of using civic advocacy and public mobilization to shape national policy. March and March is currently attempting a difficult transition, moving from a reactionary grassroots campaign into a permanent civic institution. Many organizations fail here. Those that refuse to engage with the system often lose their ability to affect change, while those that engage poorly often lose their identity. The ultimate test of any movement is whether it can survive its own founder. For March and March, success will be defined by its ability to hold government accountable as an independent institution, long after its leadership has changed.